nothing but the best. Let the good times unfold. Living free in the land of dreams. Dubai nights like nothing you've seen. Luxury every night we win. Dubai life shining like a
cruising through the street, the lights, neon glowing bright. Golden towers rise, highlight diamonds in the sky. Feel the rhythm pulse through in this paradise. Come on, feel the luxurious life. It's time to ignite. Dubai lights, living with no fear. Oh yeah, luxury and lights, dancing everywhere. In this city where dreams shine so bright. Let's live it up in this electric Dubai night.
Welcome back to the Biz World channel with your host Hurricane H. New day, new show. This is going to be a unique topic because it's a topic that I'm really interested in personally, and it's going to be fun. And this is a topic of a destination that I love. I came in more recent years to love and entertain as potentially a destiny for me or destination to be part of, and that is one of my favorite cities in the world, Dubai. And today I have with me someone that I know, I've met, and a friend I would call. And really, she's an expert. She's a leader, a sales leader in the world of realty and real estate in general, but specifically in the market, Dubai market. And today we're going to kind of bring the whole idea about what we hear. There's a lot of hype about Dubai and Dubai investments, and everywhere you turn, you see Habibi come to Dubai. Well, today we're going to bring you Habibis to Dubai with us, with my guest Monika. Monika, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure. I mean, obviously, you and I, we met in person, and we've done quite a bit, in terms of looking at real estate and properties and stuff like that on site there. And for people that may not know, I like to travel to Dubai, so we're looking at different things in there, and there's great opportunities in Dubai. But before we go into all that, I mean, you're one of the people that love Dubai and moved to Dubai. Because of the opportunity. And what people don't realize, Dubai has become now, I would say, the next, dream of a lot of people around the world. People are going in thousands, and if not even in millions. I believe there's even statistics or expectations that they will double the population of Dubai in the next few years. I mean, there's a whole 2030 vision. And so we'll start with discussing that, and then we'll get right into the whole business of realty and real estate and the investments and the properties of Dubai. So let's talk about that first. Like, why is Dubai so attractive these days? I mean, what makes it tick? I mean, it's like everybody is Dubai, 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 Dubai. Even chocolate has become Dubai.
Yeah, that's a super viral chocolate about Dubai. Dubai is a very young country. It's only 53 years old. Me coming here, I was working in tourism before, so I was exploring so many things and countries, especially in Europe. And when I came here, it was a Corona time. It was very difficult, but this was the only country that was open with a lot of systematic things. We was not locked down. It was only 2 weeks of lockdown. Everything was working. All the airports was working. Everything was organized. And for me, for someone that is coming from Europe, from a small country that is called Macedonia, here it's 2 million people is full Macedonia. Dubai is right now 3.65 to be precise this year of population. So when you compare it, it's like double of size of my full country. But the organization and everything that they have done in the past, let's say 20 years, do not take it before. It's something that never did it before. Like it's when the Sheikh Mohammed was interviewed in 2000 and something, they asked him, "What do you want from this place? Why you want that fast this place to be there?" He's like, "I want to be a number one." So it took him 20 years to get the vision that him and his father and his son right now have it, to make something that we have only in Hong Kong, Tokyo, in New York, and Singapore, in very big cities, that it's with a lot of history. So we don't have history here. Everything that we are doing, it's future, right? So everyone is living in the future. Everyone is living in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, and we don't know what is that coming and from where it's going. The flying taxis are there already. I just seen them a couple of days ago. It's already on the place. Everything is taken, so people will be flying with the flying taxis. People will get deliveries with drones, because every single building that we have right now, they have space and drop off your shipping. So a lot of traffic things and a lot of plans are there. So as you mentioned in the first sentence, it was the visions. So what these visions means and how these visions are made it and from where they come, it's that we can build a building for 18 to 24 months, right? Let's say a low-rise building, not a high-rise building, but the developers are not allowed to do that. So the government is controlling everything. It's planning everything. The supply, the demand, how many people will come. You mentioned the double the populations. Yes, they want till 2040 to have 7 million population. Where these people, the main question it's from all the clients is where these people will stay. So everything of that is planned. All the infrastructure is put it in place. Everything, the money are the planned, which developers, where they will go. So we are going by the book. So how I see Dubai and how I present Dubai to the especially investors, because that's my main point of people that I work with. It's that we have the government or the royal family like a CEO, and we have Dubai down all organized like a proper company. So when we want everything, when you come here and you live for a while or you come back and forth, you want everything to be the tallest, the best, the most popular. So the innovations are on very high level and people are encouraged to do things. So when we wake up in the morning, we are choosing it will be lion or will be gazelle. Every single time you need to run faster than everyone else. So we don't see that, for example, I can compare with Europe because I have lived there for so long. We don't see that competition and that innovation. And there is a lot of smart people, but it's not giving a chance. Here, everyone can have a chance. Well, we have a very big misconception about Dubai. This is what I want to mention. People think that here is super expensive, that here everything is a super high luxury level. Why? Because people see the only stories on social medias that the girls or the boys are taking from the lifestyle and the nightlife or the beach, like behind me, the 7-star hotel. That's the only 7-star hotel in the world. But in Dubai, you can live from very normal life to a medium stage of family people, and you can become very, very rich if you are working a little bit more than everyone else and you're doing a little bit more than everyone else. That was my story. I came 2019. I worked like a bartender or barmaid, as people want to say. I enter in the real estate from the bottom, from the financial and admin side. And after 3 years, I am leading a team of 15 people that are making another lives better every single day. So the opportunity is there. If we see it and we compare it with USA, we compare it with UK, we compare it with Europe, we compare it with, just name it, China, we don't have that much opportunities for the people given. We're here 3.5 million people, but every year it's coming like 250 people. So it's huge, and it's 126 as per the last updates nationalities.
Well, it's a so funny joke, right? Dubai, the UAE, and I have the same birth date. We were born the same year, technically. And
Yeah,
it's, I mean, I know you mentioned, the history is fairly new because prior to 1971, there was no UAE concept and the Emirates and stuff. But I mean, there is some history. I mean, there is some cultural stuff that you can find in Dubai. Actually, I've been to some of the traditional places in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, just to see the history and how the Bedouins, the Arabs, and then the stories, and how their traditional stuff and the markets and all that. So there's some traditional stuff like everywhere else, but the Dubai, the UAE we know today, as you said, that is the 53 years old nation, and I do believe personally, I don't think a nation has been able to date to make the advancements that as a country such as the UAE has done in the last couple decades. I mean, it is so impressive. I mean, even the US, it was a long time frame
hmm,
before they got to where they got, from the I guess the independence to today, right? In the UAE, it's very fast, and not only fast. I think it's also high end everything. I mean, they're basically it's amazing. I was watching on the flight to Dubai. There's on the little channels there that on the Emirates airline, you switch things, and there's a documentary that's about the vision of the Sheikh and how it all went, and how he built his own house in the middle of nowhere, and had a visual of what it would look like as a skyline later on, which is what we see today. And actually,
yeah,
when you go there physically, you see where he lives, and when you visualize that picture from the documentary and where he is, and how now everything around him is really
yeah,
big and loud and crazy, and it's just unbelievable. I mean, the vision, and that's I love what you said, that he is the CEO. He runs as a CEO, him and his son, the current heir of what's taken to the next level, which I admire the work they do, and frankly, they're very contemporary in their view and how they do it. They're always ahead of the game in terms of tech, and they get the best of the best of the best. And I love the way they do it. I mean, they put all these incentives in place to attract the minds of the world, with all the different things, and to really bring the best of the best of the best to the country, and really develop it in such a pace. I mean, you have the Burj Al Arab, I have Burj Khalifa behind me, and it's funny because, well, I was talking to someone when I was there the first time, and that thing was built, every level was built in 2 weeks. I mean, that's how fast that thing went. I
yeah,
mean, it was like, we want this in a particular time frame, and it was done in that particular time frame. Now, although there were some financial pieces that needed to be done, but that's how it is. I mean, it's funny, you and I, when we were there, you had mentioned that you went away for a week, you came back, there was a whole new bridge somewhere, you know.
yeah. It happened to me just like 2 3 days ago. I just lost a way accidentally, and I enter in Creek Harbor, and from Creek Harbor I come to Maidan, to downtown in 12 minutes. I'm like, this was not here. Like, I have been for a viewings, I have been in Creek Harbor. I know from the scratch when they start building it and everything. It was not there. I'm like, oh my goodness, these guys are unbelievable, because they take everything, as you say. They bring all the brains. So let's say if we're talking in numbers, because me and you like numbers, the people like numbers too. It was that only last year the 67,000 millionaires was migrated here, or migrate their business, or they come for a visit and they live 6 months here, and when it's a hot weather, then they live 6 months in Switzerland or somewhere, something like that. And now, just a couple of days ago, we get the statistics about 2025. Together with Singapore and Dubai are getting 142,000 millionaires. So we are not speaking only about the millionaires. We have a 250,000 last year, like a 2024, that have moved to Dubai. How they have moved to Dubai, it's with the plan that a lot of works are open, a lot of AI things are happening, a lot of real estate is happening. People are getting a golden visa if they are doctors, if they're nurses, if they're engineers. Now the last one, if they are influencers
I
and
know.
content creators, so they get support from the country to have visa for 10 years. The last update again, it was that me, like a person that is living here alone, I can bring my mother, my sister, my brother till 90 days without any visa. Just I need to inform and apply, and my family can come. That again, it's something that is nice, because I have so many friends that they are in USA, for example, and they don't see their families with 10 years, 15 years, because they don't get the visa, right? And it's 52,000 people per day visit downtown last year. 52,000 people. It's huge amount of people that come, fly, bring money through the airport, go to another country, because Dubai somehow it's a point of somewhere that you need to change your flight if you're going to anywhere in the world. And that was Istanbul before, for example, for Europe, right? You need to go to Istanbul, and from Istanbul to go out. And we can mention here the new airport, the biggest airport in the world. The offices already are opened, so the people slowly move on that side with the offices.
Al Maktoum, right?
Al Maktoum, yeah, and it will be
Yeah.
1.4 million people employed.
Well, so Monica, hold on. I mean, some
Yeah,
statistics you give there. It is amazing because, as you said, not only the opportunity is there, and I mean, you mentioned millionaires, so people's like, well, I'm not a millionaire. What does that mean to me, right? So I want to just break that down to people. The opportunity for you to make it in Dubai is grandiose. It's big, and there's stuff. And here's the thing. I love the concept of Dubai in terms of living in Dubai. So you have categories, if you want to call them any. So you have the citizens of the Emirates, right? So those are the originals. That's their land, their country, and their percentage of the population. And basically, they live there. They have their own businesses and benefits and so on and so forth. Then you have the people that come in, and that this is how it's designed to really be attractive. You're there on a mission, basically. You live, you live, whatever it is that you seek in the world, you can find. So if you just come in from a country where maybe the economies are not high and you want to just work hard, make some money, and go back and invest in your own place, that's an opportunity. And people come to do the work and they do it. And, we're talking about, real estate and buildings and stuff like that. I mean, an infrastructure is being built by a lot of labor, right? This labor comes from all over the
yeah,
world. And they come in 2 3 years contracts, they do the stuff and they go on, they make money and leave. So that's one. Then you have the investors or entrepreneurs that come in and take those locations and properties and invest in them, whether it's real estate or businesses or companies, and industries, right? And they build that, and then there you go. That's the next crowd. And then you have people that come in with the aspiration that they're gonna make it in one of those businesses, themselves, and start, a lifestyle, and then eventually find themselves either entrepreneurs themselves and so on and so forth. And then, of course, you have the ones that already are millionaires around the world. And hey, listen, where could I put my money in a safe place where I can actually get better? And this is a good place to be because it's safe. And we're gonna talk about the taxes and the benefits and incentives that are available in a minute. So it is amazing. And by the way, when you said the 50 plus thousand a day, I've seen it in person. I mean, a month ago we were there, and literally we were at the Borge at night. It looked like there were millions of people in that place. It was just too many people. It's like you barely can
yeah,
move, just and this is just around the fountain. And it's just an icon there, right? An iconic fountain that's very similar to the one we have in Vegas, right? I think
yeah.
they're
So we
twins.
recognize that, and we are closing the fountain from
I
May.
heard 5 months, right?
5 months, so we recognize the problem and we will fix it. We will put more people in the fountain. So yeah,
Well, that's the thing. Like,
everything.
see, it's constantly changing. I mean, you literally, I mean, in 2 years, 4 times, and every time I go, there's a whole new area that's developed, a whole new strip that is new. I mean, you're like, what the hell? Where was this? It wasn't here before. You go in, you come back, and you have like 10 towers, 50 towers, already like been ready, done, gone. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, you're talking about Business Bay, for example. I've stayed there a couple times. And every
Yeah,
time I come in, it's like it's a double size of what it was the year before. It's amazing. I mean, downtown, forget about it. Everywhere you go, it's like there's developments. I mean, they have the new Palm now
yeah,
that is double or triple the
Palm
size of the
Jebel Ali,
ocean.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, 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 yes.
it's amazing, and they extending this stuff. I mean, they're going inland, they're going towards Abu Dhabi, they're going towards the everywhere. It's just expanding. So the opportunities are there, and I love what you said about how they are attracting the talent through the different programs that they have and the visas that they have. And yeah, talent is the biggest thing. I mean, if you have, you're an
Yeah,
educator, you're a doctor, you're a scientist, you're an engineer, and now they just open up with the creators, department there, where if you're a social media or influencer or creator, content creator, they have their own department just to help that and facilitate that, and they'll give you the opportunity to come in. I mean, there's another thing that's coming up now, which
yeah.
is the gamers.
Let's stop it there and let's talk about the things. Like, let's compare it, so for the people will be maybe more interesting to come to their lives. When I
Yeah,
need
let's
to
go.
open a company back home, for example, and when I was having idea, because my family was having companies, I was prepared to be a business person or entrepreneur. And when I want to open a company, my father always say, opening company is very easy. You need a 5,000 euros, or let's say $6,000. You're taking a loan if you need. They will open for you. You will do all the procedures. A lot of bureaucracy. It's taking ages till you get all the signs and you get office and you do this and you do that. And because I was included in my family businesses, so I know all these things. And he said to me always, but you know how much is to be. I have my dog. How much is wrong to? How
Welcome to the
much is
show.
tough? Tough to be to close this company after, if you need to close it by any chance. So all the business people, when they enter in the world, in the business, they think about, oh, how it will be after 10 years, how it will be 15 years. But they forget something that's very important: the exit situation of exiting business if anything happens, right? So when I compare it with what is very near to me, with my country, you cannot. Here I opened my company in 2 hours, 24 hours. The company was already running. I was a manager, the general manager director. The bank account was next day open, and you're up and running just for, let's say, 15 to 25,000 dirhams. You can compare it. Just hold on. Let me put a. Oh. It's a lady.
Yeah, she can stay. It's okay.
Yeah, but she's deconcentrating. So here, as I say, like, the worst case scenario is 24 to 48 hours. You need to open a totally new company, right? With setup of everything. Everyone is doing everything for you.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's a lady. It's a lady. Oh my
Just let
goodness,
her
she's never.
let her be. Let her be.
Oh my goodness. Daisy, можешь да престанеш? Може да престанеш? Може ли да престанеш? So why people are opening companies, why people are bringing the money in, it's in a couple of sectors that we're famous right now. Or the first one is that it was free tax, it was zero tax till 2 years ago. Now we have the only tax that it's existing. The first tax that we put it was 5% tax on all the products that you're buying. Okay, and back home for me it's 18 and 5. In USA it's how much?
Oh, it depends. Every state is different, and it can go. I mean, sales tax
Yeah,
could be 7%, 8%, 9%.
yeah,
I mean, when we go into the taxes, and I don't know if we're open to discuss taxes here and compare. I mean, that's a big one, Monica. You mentioned taxes, so I'm just gonna go, here and share a little bit about, for example, in the U.S., right? So here's how it is. I mean, you're taxed before you can even see your money. I mean, for everything. You got city tax, you got
It's
county
same with
tax,
me.
you have federal tax, you have sales tax on every single product, you have real estate tax, you have income tax. I mean, you let's say $100. By the time you're done with all the taxes, you maybe have 25% left. And I'm not exaggerating because already your taxes, social security stuff is about 33%, but then you take the money and put it in real estate, right? So you have to pay your property, whatever you live. And then if you're buying stuff, you're already spending that and so on and so forth. And before you know it, it's a lot of money that's being taxed. And that's a big one, right? And then the sad thing, and we're going to talk about real estate and how the ramifications of real estate and taxes, connect, in a big way. In these states, for example, if you don't pay your taxes, guess what? They can take your property. They can put a lien on your house. They can do whatever. They can levy your account. They can do all kind of stuff, and it doesn't take much. You have a bad batch of economy. You have a bad problem with your work, whatever it is, for a couple of months, and then now you're stuck. Your property is not yours anymore. So that's one thing. You're paying, I mean, income tax, right? I mean, there's only a few states, even in the U.S., where there is no income tax. And I believe Florida is one of them, where you're not paying those things, right? So it changes the dynamics. When you think about a place where you're not paying any, you're paying maybe the corporate, taxes if you have a corporation. Which, by the way, Monica, you mentioned something that's interesting, as you could start a company in less than 48 hours.
Literally, yes. And we can walk the people through it. Like the only thing that you need is your passport and have the money to pay to the guys that are specialized in doing things. I call myself one-stop shop because when people are working with me, no matter which kind of business they work, not only the real estate, I have a guy. Sorry, girls, but I always say I have a guy that is specialized in something and he can finish the job faster. So it's someone that is collaborate. So if you need to open free zone, for example, so in free zone, it's coming everything like marketing, TVs, all e-commerce, everything that not need necessarily a physical address. You need to have office. We usually take a space and we share the office with office. We share office spaces, and you're getting a Jari. A Jari is something that it's linked with your number of the company, so you can later on have the bank accounts and everything. And if you are working something like that, if you're a content creator, if you are in the trading, you can have your own licenses. So you will get all the money into your bank account. You don't need to use cash. So almost we are becoming cashless free, almost. The old generation are still needing time to process all the things without cash, and they like cash. But everywhere you can pay it with the cards. So you submit what you exactly want. You have advisors that are telling you in which site, which company, how you need to open. You're getting 3 different varieties of things that you can do it in the company. So it's not one single main thing. So if you're opening a marketing company, you can have e-commerce, and you can have a couple of more things that you would like. So if one business is not succeeding, then you can easily just change it to something else. So you don't need to bankrupt. You don't need to go here, there, pay a lot of money. And that is a renewable. It's around $3,500,000. It's renewable every year, the license. You're paying zero money if you don't get a profit more than $90,000 a profit. So if you're a startup, if you're just coming on the market, you cannot in the first years make it to come to the tax. So if you're not coming to this 375,000 dirhams in dirhams, then you have a zero tax. Plus all your employment when you need to take the salary. If your salary is $1,000, you're getting $1,000. If you compare with USA, or if I compare with Europe, I have a $1,000 salary and I'm getting maybe 560. Everything else is just going to the government, to the things that I will maybe never in my life use it because we don't have a good healthcare. Right? That as far as I know from my friends in USA, that's the biggest problem even there. I was having emergency with my sister now here in Dubai, and I was impressed how fast everything was happening. The ambulance come in 7 minutes. They took her, they bring her, they take care of her. Like I never in my life see it, even in 5-star hotels in Europe. And I have been in quite a lot when I was working in tourism. So this is the lifestyle. So the UAE, not only Dubai, the UAE, it's about the lifestyle and how much spoiled we become when we're here. When I say spoiled, means that I'm going to Greece for a holiday and I'm going to the supermarket and I'm waiting for someone to pack my stuff. Because this is which service we're getting here when we go to supermarket.
You guys are
and the
super
experience, the experience of all of that journey, like one normal person that come like a kid from middle of nowhere, start working and get the car. I get the car after year and 2-3 months, right? So that's impossible to do it. There I need like 20 years to save so I get a good car. Here there is a ways of helping your life and making the family life even better. So if you're not UAE resident, then you have almost exactly same things like the UAE resident. You don't get land from the government, but it's fine.
Well, again, but I mean, let's talk about that, right? There's a few things you mentioned there. One is just the flexibility and the ease of starting the companies, even dismantling the companies, moving the company, the choices that you have, free zone versus not free zone, mainland. You got so many opportunities, so many angles, so many approaches to the business with very low, I would say, investment to start and very easy systems to actually operate under. I mean, from the establishment of the business to the registration to the actual ijari, or which is the where you actually have your contractual leases and all the stuff for your properties or business offices, things like it's all. I mean, I mean, literally, when we were talking about the business opportunity there, you're talking about less than 5 days. You have everything from your business to your immigration status adjusted and Emirate ID. I mean, that doesn't happen anywhere. Listen, in the US, I can get an actual corporation affected in no time. It's, you pay $600, not a lot. And, maybe $700, depends on who does it for you. And I'm talking about like a corporation, not an LLC. But even between LLC and corporation, it doesn't go more than that. And it's about a week later, you get your documents and stuff. But that's all there is. That's just the company registration, and the tax ID. But the rest of it is still you. Here, everything gets kind of lined up, boom, 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 boom. Your status gets adjusted. Your visas are affected. Your debt, 3 years, 5 years, 2 years, whatever. It depends on the type of visa you get based on the investment.
Yeah, they was not wanting. They want zero bureaucracy. We are 0.02 bureaucracy right now. It was one of the ideas about the bureaucracy. So there is no papers. Let's mention not only for the business. I was needing international license when I travel. And you have just a link, you apply, you pay in one day or in the same day, you can go and take your license. I was impressed.
Monika,
I was super impressed.
Oh, it's funny you said that, because one thing that that drove me nuts when I heard this, not only you can do the online, everybody can do it worldwide, right? That's one. But you have offices opening on Sundays until 10 p.m. to get this stuff, one-stop shop. You walk in, I mean, literally, let's do this on a Sunday. Like, no one in the world is open Sunday at 10 o'clock, to do office space, office business, stuff. I mean, these are the things. That's the stuff. I mean, we talk about, how the fast pace and how things are being built. So 24/7. I mean, projects are working. I mean, there's 3 shifts working 24/7 at all times.
Yeah,
building.
I just have it in front of me where I move to live. I have the Guinness record of a Deira headquarters of the electrics headquarters right here. And sometimes, because I'm waking up at 5, I'm a 5 a.m. club, and I'm like, people are working on it, like it's still not sun come and everything else, and people are, but how fast they are building things, it's so impressive because the quality is staying there. When we say fast, we don't mean that we just build it something so to be there. We mean that we put a lot of money, quality, a lot of brain, and a lot of planning. And I just watched one of the daughters of the sheikh. She was in Switzerland, in Davos, and they asked her, like, how you guys organize a massive event? Like, let's talk from that side, because we have the full Sheikh Zayed Road, the main road in Dubai, that is closed in the moment that people are running. And you have the prince in the front running first, right? And she say that's a lot of planning. It's a lot of months of planning, and people are not fighting with the police. People don't see police. Police is friendly here. It's not like everywhere else, and what videos we are seeing all over the world. So we barely see police, but when we see it, and that was a video, so I don't know if you see it, there is one car only and a massive amount of people. Did you see that video? But like our mindset where we are here, we change it. We change the mindset.
So Monika, I want to just pause on that, because that's another, that leads us to the idea of safety and security. Yeah. I love what it's true facts. Folks, if you haven't been to Dubai and you go there, you'd be the first thing you're going to be amazed. Like, even you go to the airport, I mean, now they have the smart gates. You don't even talk to someone. I mean, literally, you look at a camera and you basically walk right through, and that's it. And then, you don't even talk to anyone. And coming back is the same way. If you didn't do any violations or anything, you walk right out, and that's it. I mean, the only time you will see someone is actually at the gate of the plane, where they do a double check, especially for the U.S. flights. But that's about it. It's amazing in the streets. If you see a cop, car, it's usually an accident that may have happened, or they're just going through. They're not really physically present. The safety level is just amazing. I mean, there's cameras everywhere now. Some people can, especially in the US, we're all about freedom and liberties and stuff. That may be construed as too evasive in terms of like everybody's watching you, Big Brother's watching kind of concept. But yes, Dubai is Big Brother watching 24/7. But here's the thing: you don't even care about that, because it provides a level of safety and security that is, as you said, you're not worried about someone pulling a gun on you or attacking you or taking your stuff. I mean, we see viral videos about gold being put. The stuff is in the street. You leave your stuff in the place. You go back for 2 hours, 3 hours a day. It will not move.
Yeah, when I came here, it was 2019. And I came with one of my friends, and we go to the beach, and we are used to go to Greece or to go to Bulgaria or to go to Albania. So we are hiding everything that is with us. So we have one girl that was staying already here, and she's like, what is wrong with you girls? Like, just leave it. No one care about your phones. Everyone have iPhone. Like, why they will care about your phones? Or everyone have Samsung. And we're like, no, you go into the sea, then I will wait, till we understand that now we're booking a table with leaving the phone and the keys and everything else, and that's not a video. That's not a video. So whoever didn't come, we're inviting him to come and see with his own eyes. We don't leave just the keys just to take videos on social media.
But Monika, it is true. Like, people live the cars on. It
happened to me personally. I always talk about personal things. So when I came here, the first car that I have bought it was a little bit older. So it was not with the sensors of opening the car with the battery. You was needing to put the key. So as you know, I work in real estate. So I'm most of the time on the phone. So I speak on the phone. I put it in the garage, and I left the key on the car. So I go home. My friend was home. I was having that time a roommate. My friend was home, so it was open because we don't close our houses. We don't have keys. We don't use it. So when I was now back home, I was needing to put again in my mind, that I need to take a key to open, to close, to keep it with me. We don't do that. Like, every apartment is just open. And next morning I need to go to work. I cannot find my keys, and I search it everywhere. And my friends say, "Are you sure that you bring the keys with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, my car is closed. How my car is closed?" And I'm going up, and like almost 20 hours, my key was in the car from outside. And I'm like, okay, so from that time, I'm not closing my car. I'm not closing my home. I'm like, who will come and what he will do in your house? So the criminal things and the things that are worried and the security is coming from usually from the governments and from the countries, how they made it. So when I come here in the first 3 months, I see the sheikh with his car alone in downtown. And he was waving to everyone, and he was like just with 2 3 of his family members, and he was drinking tea in the coffee shop, and it was very natural, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is a royal family. So when we say the royal family, when we talk about, let's say, UK royal family or something that is very popular or everyone knows, you have a full procedure till you just come. Here the people are friendly. They go to 1 billion summit right now. It was the last thing that was happening here, and the sheikh just enter and he sit down and he start listening what the people can say. So
That's crazy.
when when you have the ruler of the country not having security, not having police, not having guns, not having this, not having that, then why we like a normal people will need to be scared about it?
Well, Monica, I do want to just for people that are watching worldwide, it's not that there is no security. I mean, there's plenty of security. There's a lot of stuff, but they have the measures where you, as an individual, you don't get overwhelmed with seeing that whole picture of guns and crazy stuff, right? It's
Yeah.
so you feel at ease. But trust me, the country is very secure. I mean, they have all the training and the capabilities that like any other nation. But the difference is just the way you. And I love what you said. It's led by example. If your leader is driving, you can literally meet a sheikh or sheikha, anywhere without even they'd be driving in front of you. You can tell their numbers because I mean, you guys have a little thing about plate numbers.
It's number one. Sheikh is
number
driving
one,
number
yeah.
one.
Well, I'm saying like you can tell like the royal families through their plate number. I mean, even apps you can actually see which plates are which, and you can tell who actually owns that vehicle. But this is one thing. The other thing you mentioned actually that's important, and this is all going to lead us to the world of real estate investment properties, is the insurance, for example. You said your sister was taking care of like immediately stuff. And by the way, I can relate to that. When 2 years ago I was in there and I had a kidney stone, and it was driving me nuts overnight, and I wound up in the ER in one of the hospitals in Dubai. The level of efficiency I experienced there was much higher, believe it or not, than the US. And I've worked in the healthcare industry for 30 years, and I've been to most of the hospitals in New York City, which is like all the big ones. And I can tell you the level was very competitive, if not even better. I mean, even from the process of how they process you in and out and stuff like that, the payment and the cost. I mean, I went 2 days to the ER with my testings, X-rays, sonogram, medications, the whole nine. It cost me $250 US. Okay, now I'm talking about just cost, but the service was worth millions. I mean, in terms of like what you get. I mean,
we was in a public hospital. I don't know, maybe you was in a private hospital, but we by
it was the first hospital I went to. So
yeah, it was a public hospital, and public hospital. When I'm relating to public hospitals, for me it's a nightmare. I mean, even in my country, even if we paid about having a free private public hospital, very less people stay still there. We are all going to the one that are with the names, or the one that have doctors from everywhere. Here they just treat you no matter from where you are, no matter which nationality you are, no matter you are a human being. And that's what the doctors and why the system of why people are studying for 10-15 years, right? So they can help another people. I have seen a lot of stuff traveling around Europe, how people are treated differently because of skin color, nationality,
or just finances. Just finances. I mean, there are places where you got to show money before you get service. I mean, literally, otherwise you can't even get seen, right? It's that's kind of how extreme. There are places where, like for example, you go to ER in the US, you expect $5,000, $6,000. That's the least you're going to get for a bill just for being there for a couple of hours. Like, the luxury, like talking about 7-star hotel, that's our 7-star emergency room in the US. But, I'm talking about literally, and I think it was the Iranian hospital. That's the one I went to. And I have to literally from this platform, I'll say, I mean, they took care of me in a couple of hours. I was feeling good. I mean, the stone was still there. So the next day I had to go back, but it was taken care of in 2 days. But the fact of the matter is just the first of all, the hygiene, the hospital was clean. I mean, I went to do the
Super
blood
clean.
work.
I've been there. I have operation there too.
Oh, it's just amazing, and and this just gives you the level of scrutiny. And talking about the sheikh and the leader of the country, he pops up everywhere, anytime. I mean, you can never know when he shows up, and he
Yeah,
means
the last
business.
thing that I know about him, it was very funny. Every one of the institutions that he have from his royal family, and it's appointed for every ministry, they don't have doors on their offices.
I know, I heard. He took all that stuff out.
He took it out so everyone can just come and contact directly. And I was like, okay, if I need to find someone in my country and he's on a political place, then I need maybe 3 months with all the connections just to speak with him.
Well, talking about open door policy.
Yeah, open door policy, like everyone can just enter.
Well, it's amazing.
And there is something that's called Happiness Center. So when I came, first I see Happiness Street. I was like, okay, fine. They just named it. After that, I come and they have full Happiness Center. What that means? That if anyone have any problem with the government, you just go there, say hi, hello. I have this problem, and it's solved in 24 hours maximum.
Well, speaking of which, Monika, I just noticed now they also have smart police stations. You don't even have to, like, you walk into this. I was funny because I was walking, in Jumeirah, and I'm like, smart police. So you check in. I mean, there's no real cops there. It's all machines and stuff. But you can do all your stuff there and kind of file whatever it is.
No, if you park just not properly, till you, and they just take your plate license, and in the same second you're getting a SMS that you're getting fined. So it's easy.
So Monika, I want to talk about that because some people. Yeah. So there's two things that we're going to talk, and then we're going to go into the real estate, because all this is the reason why people are moving to Dubai. This is why people are interested in Dubai. And so, I mean, people are like, oh my God, there's fines for everything. Well, I have to say, folks, when I first went, my first, oh, be careful if you did this, you're going to get fined. You got to get fined. You can't leave the country because if you get fined, they'll stop you at the gate. And so my first time I was like worried, concerned, because it was like, you hear all this, not to realize what it was. And I found, eventually I realized, listen, you have people from all over the world coming from different government systems and just way of life, right? If you don't have some real serious fines and processes and procedures in place, people will do whatever they are already accustomed to. But when you make it very, legitimately hard and sharp, when it comes to fines and violations, there's no gimmicks. If you do something wrong, you pay the price. People tend to stay away from all those violations. And that's exactly what happens. And here's the good news. Like, you can go anywhere in the world. Someone may come up at your face and start cursing at you and raising it and giving you the finger and all that good stuff that is not good at whatsoever, right? However, if you did this in Dubai, well, you're in for a rude awakening.
You go to jail.
You go to jail, exactly. Like, some, oh my God, go to jail. Yes, you would go to jail if you give a finger to someone. That's what happens. That's the price of offending someone. If you say the F word, and you offend someone, guess what? You're in jail and a big hefty fine. So basically now here's a lifestyle where nobody's going to curse at you. Nobody's going to offend you. You're not at risk of anybody driving on a red light, because red light violation means they go to jail. A car goes and $1,000.
How the mentality, for example, my grandmother, she came first time here last summer, and she's smoking normal cigarettes. So when she's smoking normal cigarettes in her house, she is just throwing cigarettes everywhere. And I'm like, you are cleaning this house and you are cleaning this yard, and I don't understand why you're doing this. When she came here, she was not able to smoke cigarettes almost anywhere, right? So because there is a sign areas everywhere that you can smoke cigarettes. She's carefully smoking, she's carefully throwing and we are speaking about someone that have already 65, 70 years, right? So the mind, it's already there, and it was programmed like that. And I say, if she can do it, right? If she can change it from her house to another place, then mean that you will adapt only if the culture is there. So if all of us give the culture, okay, you pay one time 1,000, you pay two times 2,000, and after that you say, why I pay this money? Like with this money I can do something else, right?
Well, Monica, on that note, right? It's amazing. Like I traveled quite a bit around Dubai, and it's very clean, folks. I mean, and I
It's
mean
five
it.
years in a row the cleanest city in the world.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, I've been to places in the world. Like, for example, I remember Munich in Germany was one of the cleanest places I've been to. There's places in the US too that are mint, right? But when I went to Dubai, my expectation, I wasn't sure what to expect, and so first time I was like, wow, there's nothing. You cannot really throw shit, on the ground. I'm sorry about the S word here, but you cannot have bad things, happening. The cars have to be cleaned and washed. If you actually your car is
Yeah.
dirty, you get a fine too. So just imagine, folks, if you're watching and listening to this show, this is like living the dream life. Like everything is nice and clean, and
Yeah.
it's not fake. It's real. This is not a fake environment. It's a live environment with about 3 million people, coexisting, and that takes me to the next level. These are 3 million. Now, it is a Muslim country, but this is a place where all religions are thriving together. There is no
Mhm.
such thing. This one is Muslim. This one is Christian. Yes, the Muslims are there. It's the culture in a way, but everything is English speaking to start with, because that's I get that all the time. Do I have to speak Arabic there? Like my kids are saying that, like, no, you can speak English anywhere. There's a good chance you might not even have to say a word in Arabic, because everything is
Yeah.
signs in English and people speak English no matter where you go. So it's kind of very, very attractive in an environment that is very mixed, culturally, adverse, and I mean not adverse, diversified rather, and really welcoming. So it's really a very it's like a melting pot. Like, we used to refer
Yeah.
to New York, for example, as the Big Apple melting pot. Well, it is the same thing. It's like a different New York style. I mean, it's funny. I have New York and Dubai
Yeah.
behind me.
You make a very nice comparison.
But it's kind of that thing with different angles. It's got a little bit
Yeah.
of a culture to it. It's got a little bit of flavor to it, but it has the safety, it has the ability to flourish financially,
Yeah.
and to be able to coexist and be free. There's zero tolerance for bad behavior or discrimination. That's the other thing, right? Everybody is treated with. I love what you said about the happiness. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, you can literally complain, and people will actually have what's coming to them
Yeah.
if you do stuff. So that's the level lifestyle that
Caring
everybody is
about
looking for.
people. This is
It's about
something that
people.
is missing everywhere. I just get a new joiner, a lady that was from India, that was living with all her family in Singapore. And when I asked her, like, why you come from Singapore to Dubai, like, what was the difficulties with you there? Because me personally, I've never been in Singapore, but I have researched quite a lot about it. And she's like, you have a discrimination. You cannot get a good opportunity or a good job because of nationality, or because of color, or because of this, or because of that. And I'm like, oh, I forget how these things goes, because when I was back home, then like all these things are happening because I'm someone that's coming from very small city, go to study high school in the capital to get the dream, right? The dream, everything is about dream, and everyone was saying, oh, you're not from here, like, I don't like you. So here I have a couple of friends that have kids and they're going to school. They're celebrating absolutely everything. They celebrate Ramadan, they celebrate Christmas, they celebrate Diwali, they celebrate everything. So why? Because for the kids, that's something that is normal. They don't put themselves with the skin color, with the different nationalities, with this, with that, since the young ages. So after, when they slowly grow up, they don't have for what to complain. Like for which reason? Because for them it's something that is already very natural, and for us too. I mean, me building a teams, uh, it's so diversified. Like, I have people from Japan, people from India, people from the Balkans, people from USA, people from UK. It's quite a mix, and they are working like one. They're breathing like one person.
Well,
So there is no issues with all these diversified things.
the,
Everyone is
the,
equal.
it's funny, when I was growing up rather, I was looking at
Yeah.
the American dream. And I guess now I'm old enough. Now I have the Dubai dream.
Yeah. We're
you
waiting
know,
for you.
Well, thank you. It may not be too long. I don't know, but so this is like my homes now. So I mean, I want to make sure that I'll be back and forth. Because I fell in love actually with Dubai and the people of Dubai and the culture and everything. So I mean, it's just fulfilling, like, to know that you can. And by the way, there is life. I mean, you enjoy life there. I mean, literally, you can work hard, party hard. If you think about it, it's available. You like outdoors, it's out there. I mean, we've done it all. I mean, there's sea, there's sand, there is whatever you want, lakes. I mean,
Mountain.
well, there's mountain. I mean, there's things that you might not think they have. They have them. I mean, if you think about it, it's probably there. I mean, you talk about the earlier you mentioned something about the flying taxis. Well, a couple of months ago, it was just a project that was supposed to happen, and I think it's actually early, than it was anticipated, and they already launched them. Now imagine that. I mean, if you go to the museum in the future, when you go in, that's kind of like one of the iconic, videos that flying taxis were in that screen, and now it's a real thing. I mean, it's the first place in the world that's going to have these things. I mean, these are like big. There's like
No,
drone.
what I have noticed is that solving a problem, it's something that all the entrepreneurs or good entrepreneurs are becoming successful when they solve a problem for people. So here you have a problem with the traffic, for example. So let's not be pinky as it's around Burj Khalifa. Notice everything is not very pink. You have a traffic. They say, okay, no problem. We put more metro. We open a couple of more bridges, and we put a flying taxi for the people that need to come from one destination to another. So when you're solving a problem for the nation, then it's easier and faster to do things. So the problem is the traffic, right? In the certain areas, roundabouts, and the traffic, it's less than 12 minutes now in a Sheikh Zayed Road, for example. And it's a lot of money that are put there. And if you compare, I don't know how guys are salic in your countries, but in mine, the tolls are more expensive than the petrol that I'm putting when I need to go from one city to another.
No, you don't have to go there. I mean, for me, I live in the Jersey side, in New Jersey. So to go to the city, I'm only like a few minutes away, literally like Dubai and Sharjah, right? That's kind of concept,
Yeah.
just to give you a visual. But to cross over, it's at least $20 in for the toll. And if you cross to a different borough, or even now you go into the Manhattan area, now they have these congestion pricing, tags where you have to pay more. It's amazing. You can spend $40 just to cross in the city, and so when you work in the city, that's a daily, expense that you have. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, you talk about Salik, which is like our, like what we have easy pass in here.
Yeah, now we
It's
was having the because in the traffic, when the traffic it will become a $1.5 in a way. It was $1 before. Okay, so now it become $1.5. It was boom. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone, and I just, I just posted on LinkedIn. I was like, guys, what you are talking about? I'm coming from somewhere that have a $500 salary, and we are paying way more for the tolls, and we never have a street. Here, I'm going for vacation. I'm coming back. The street is there. So like we need to.
Well, that's a big point, because like we spend a lot of money. This is a question that we have here in the U.S., for example, especially in the Easy Pass, like on all these tolls. Where the hell is the money going? And again, it's a question mark that probably no one's going to have an answer for. I mean, unless you do a full audit of the whole system, but that's not the case. You don't see a lot of maybe you see some work here and there to just like your tax at work, as we call it here, but really there you see it. I mean, it's there's a charge, there's an upcharge, but there is a big infrastructure that's built. I mean, there is not a place in Dubai that you cannot go today, and I can vouch for this, that you're not going to see a major road is being worked on, or a major exit, or a bridge that's being added, a roundabout, as you said. Something is a tunnel. There's something going on, because all these new areas that are being built. And again, that's actually going to be our segue to the real estate, piece and the investment. But just one more thing you said earlier, we talked about briefly about the healthcare. It's a fact that I heard, which drives me nuts. Now, I'm in the insurance space. That's my real world, right? Before the media. And in the insurance here, when like I used to pay, for example, just true fact, $1,400 a month for family insurance, just for me and my wife and kids. And so that's a lot of money. That's, what is it, like, $5,000-6,000 dirhams or more, a month.
Mm-hmm.
The highest you can buy a policy that I heard in Dubai is like $700, 700 yeah dollars a year, and that's for the whole family, the whole package. I'm talking about every single thing is covered, and I mean the scales are different. And by the way, income, someone can say, well, my income's there would be less. It depends on what you do. If you're actually in a good position, you're making more money than you make in the U.S. And a lot of these positions are almost equal, if not more. Depends on your, creativity and status. So there is a lot of similarities in stuff, and the cost, other than maybe real estate, and we were going to talk about real estate and what that means. The rest of it is really, amazingly, exciting to actually, get really into. I mean, it's just fun stuff that to know that you can have the better life. I mean, talk about foods. You have everything, any culture. You said 126 nationalities, so you can imagine
Yeah.
what kind of food you can have. I mean,
Yeah.
24/7, the city never sleeps. That's really true. The city never sleeps. I mean, 12 o'clock, midnight, 1 o'clock, you're in the mall, the Dubai Mall, and it's still happening. I mean, it's just everything is like buzzing. It's just that kind of life. I mean, it's just if you want gyms, they got super gyms. If you want parks, they got parks. They, like I said, I mean, it sounds like a promotional show, but really just a fact show. I mean, it's a real thing. But really, I mean, yes. Well, so in a way, it is a promotion show because we are talking about real estate today.
I
Uh,
hope the Sheikh and the Prince will see how good things we are talking, and it's not a paid promotional thing. We're
well,
just
it's
happy
genuine.
to,
It's
yeah.
genuine. By the way,
So
I don't think you need people to buy people to do this because people will automatically do it. They love it so much that
selling
they
by
talk about it.
themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really it.
How I explain to the clients that are never here, or to the people that I'm meeting every day online or offline, it's that I'm taking an example. So we can take one single example and we can drive through all of this. If you want to compare it, happy to do so. So the American people will get to understand more into the bonds. But let's say you're a family of two, just got married, want to relocate, you come into Dubai, you can easily rent apartment. You don't need to pay a lot in the beginning. Like you can you have a 2-bedroom apartment for let's say, what is it, 15. I'm trying to just convert it to dollars.
Oh, yeah.
I usually work with euros, and you can stay in the decent areas with all the amenities that you can imagine. Why? Because the oldest buildings are 25 years old, right? So we don't have a
That's funny.
older building than that. So every single building, it's upgraded and with smart things, and everything is about technology. All the smart gates, as you say, since the airport till everywhere that you go, till the cameras, AI that are checking the parkings, and if someone is put the car properly or no, and all another stuff. The deliveries is 24 hours and it's coming on 15 minutes. So when I was home for a month, the only thing that I don't like it's we don't have delivery. Delivery is coming after 2 hours. Here, everything is coming in maximum 15 minutes. So they have a project that when you order something, need to come before 15 minutes.
You need to have
It's the only
you have to have
country
Karim.
it's the only country that Amazon it's number 2.
Karim is number one.
Noon is number 1.
Noon. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's right. There's Noon and Kareem. I mean, it's amazing. The apps, you guys have
Apps for
you have
everything.
RTA, you have Dubai, I mean, you got an app for little Kareem, Noon. I mean, it's amazing. And by the way, it's happening. I mean, whatever we're talking about right now, it's real, folks. I mean, you can Google it up, you can search it, you can see it. I mean, and a lot of, when they say, have you become to Dubai? It's really a little hyped, but it's the real thing. I mean, and by the way, maybe if you're from the US, maybe from Tokyo, maybe which you're used to a certain level of advancement, and maybe some parts of Europe and even Africa, whatever, you might see like Australia, you're kind of used to like the high end, everything. But when you get to Dubai, it's like, you know, You find your match kind of like
Can be better.
yeah, you really like, wow, you get impressed. I mean, sometimes you don't feel like you got to get impressed with a lot of things because if you've seen it. Now, obviously, if you come from a place where it's less infrastructure, less services, less, futuristic stuff, you may like, wow, that's almost granted. But when you come from a place where you think you have it all, and then you walk in here like, what the hell? This is a whole different level.
Yeah, but
And that's
we
really it.
didn't mention the best thing about Dubai.
Let's go.
9 months of summer.
Well, yeah. Well, so that's the thing. That's a big question. People, it's too hot. Is it really too hot? Well, listen. First of all, I personally come from Morocco, so I like heat. So and Florida, so I live in New York. Believe me, I mean the 3 months of the winter is not my cup of tea. but I love the heat. I love the weather. I love the idea of being accessing the beach anytime you want to be on the pool, whenever you want. And I personally think that like right now we have snow. It's like the layers you have to wear to actually walk out.
Yeah.
I can even go to my garage. That's how cold it is. It's like no. But in the summertime, it's all good. So over there, you have summer. And by the way, it might be hot in the street. Everywhere is conditioned. I mean, air conditioning galore. You go to the mall, you probably need a fleece when you go to the mall in the summer.
Yeah,
That's
I
how cold
always
it is.
bring a jacket when I'm in the malls. But I was in Greece in August, for example, and for me, Greece was more hot than here.
There
For
you go.
example, yeah. Why?
I
Because
was in
they
Rome, the
don't.
same.
Yeah, so we have the bus stations are with the new project that is coming. That will be 90 kilometers of a circle. It will be with air condition, and you can walk and cycle and do everything. And that's made for the public. It will not be nothing is payable. And when we compare, like I have friends that are coming over and they never been in Dubai. It's like, oh my goodness, it's so expensive. I'm like, no, it's not. I say Europe, especially Italy, Spain, all of these are more expensive. They say how? It's like in Dubai for $2, $3, $4 or euros, you can eat. When I've been in Rome or when I've been in Milan, I need to spend 20, 30, right, to eat just a piece of pizza. Not on the street. I mean, I'm talking about the street food. I'm not speaking about the Michelin star restaurant. So you have everything in different areas and different places. So you can come on budget if you want to, and you can experience because you don't need to pay for the fountains. You don't need to pay for Burj Khalifa. You don't need to pay to go to Palm. You don't need to pay to go to Marina. You don't need to pay to go to JBR. So you don't have tickets or entrances how it is in USA or in Europe, right? You have entrance for everywhere. Yes, if you want to go to 156th floor of Burj Khalifa, yes, that's attraction, you can go. But you don't need to because everything is tall, so you can see everything from everywhere, right? So Miracle Gardens, for example, or Global Village are $5. The tickets are metro. It's only $1 to come from one station to another station. Taxi, it's way cheaper than USA, way cheaper than Europe because we have the oil here, right? So we don't pay a lot of money for the oil. So when we see like that, and they ask me like how much money I need to come and visit and everything, I was like, depends of your budget. We have how you spend $1,000. We have how you spend $1 billion.
For everyone.
Yeah.
Your budget, your pace.
Yeah. So it's up to you how much you would like to go and what you would like to do. Let's say you go to the desert, right? It's like $20 with all that excursions and all these things and that all camels and everything that you can do in the desert side. And for me, it's someone that's coming from tourism before and have visited quite a lot of the countries. The tickets for all these things are super expensive. Only to enter a zoo, it's $50. Right.
Listen, you can go to a hotel. I mean, just any hotel, and you can have good amenities and good, service and stuff, good food. Now, that's the thing. You have street food. You have, like to your point, from any level, and it's all good. And that's the other thing. The odds of you, getting bad food or bad stuff will probably be 0 to
0.01.
Exactly. The reason being, everything is scrutinized, folks. This is not like where someone can cheat. Because here's the thing: you cheat, a complaint comes, and you're out. See, there are no games. This is the thing. Like, there's no jokes. Like when you affect the image or you affect the health or the well-being, you can't be in that society. That's really, the society is developed in a way that it's very simple. You can contribute positively or not be part of it. So anyone that goes in there has to come with the spirit that, I want to thrive, I want to be good, I want to deliver, and I want to be a good. And it's funny. I follow Dubai stuff on the social media, and every day you see a reel about people that normal people working in Dubai doing some phenomenal stuff, helping, guiding. I
Yeah.
mean, I saw like one 2 days ago about these guys. There was a light that was off, and these two guys from, I think, Kareem, they started actually guiding on noon. One of them, they were actually guiding the traffic. It's that kind of behavior. People are almost encouraged to be good Samaritans and good people and helping people. So the environment is very inviting. Education, that's another one that people may be
Yeah.
asking for the kids. It's available. It's private, but you get the best of the best. I mean, you get American, education, you get British education. I mean, there's the French education. No matter what your backdrop is, background is, and your flavor, you'll find something here for you. So
Yeah,
when I
but
say,
the
it's amazing.
education,
I
when we
said
speak
here.
about the education, you have affordable education, right? You have education that is a normal education that maybe I go, that you go when we was. Now it's a little bit, I don't know. The parents like fancy things, and people like to go, and the kids like to go to fancy places. But there is a school for everyone, right? You have from $500 up to some crazy things that is happening, and they just building now one of the biggest places for the school, even for the college. I mean, there's a lot of people that are moving here just to upgrade themselves, because here you have American, UK school, Australian school. All the schools are in one place. If you want to go to another countries, you need to go here and there and here and there just to travel around. And you're getting, if you're a student here, you're getting visa again, and you're getting all the discounts, and like they're spoiling you since the moment that you're getting educated.
Monica,
So
I'm listening
after
to you.
wherever you want to live, it will be difficult.
Oh, it is. I mean, it is hard to leave. I mean, like, you don't want to leave. I mean, that's a fact. Well, here's the thing. It's funny. Everything there is city, motor city, sports city.
No, we
media
have
city.
villages too. We have
And villages.
JBC,
Yeah, yeah.
Jumeirah Village
But it's
Center.
amazing. City, villages. I mean, it's all kind of like these clusters of communities, and everything is fully. I mean, you go to one community, you don't even have to leave out of that community. Everything is in there. It's that kind of environment. It's just amazing how it's all, and it's. I mean, again, Dubai is from a distance. It's only a few miles. I mean, long and wide. I mean, but it's amazing.
If we speak about that full UAE, it's 77,000 kilometers.
Well, I'm talking just Dubai.
67,000 kilometers are with Abu Dhabi.
Oh, okay. It's the biggest one, yeah.
Yeah, and 10,000 kilometers is divided to the next 6 Emirates.
Not a lot.
So, a lot, yeah. So it's not very big. It's not very small. We have a lot of desert, and that desert is becoming something.
Practice.
And I mean, fun fact, I always say, we spend more money on water than we spend on electricity and everything else, because we build things in the middle of the desert without any water, without any rain.
Actually, that's right. Well, you had some rain recently, so that's good. But it's funny because when you drive around, I mean, the city, you don't even see the desert, but you get out a little bit, you start seeing some parts of the desert, which is not too far out. Maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, you're already like starting to see some, and it's amazing the contrast. How it is. So it's a beautiful thing. Now let's talk about real estate. I mean, so all that we talked about right now.
Like 3 more hours for the real estate topic.
Well, definitely, but we can do part 2.